Crispy potato latkes are a staple at many holiday tables, and this apple plum sauce is the perfect complement. You don't have to celebrate Hanukkah to appreciate these beautiful crispy potato latkes. And this plum sauce with the apple sauce together is very seasonal. I know you're going to love it. So really simple preparation. Take the sides off the apple. We're gonna leave skin on. If you wanted a much lighter, almost blonde color to the applesauce, you'd peel the skins, but I want all that richness in. So I'm just gonna take and slice these down. That way they'll break down quickly. With all of the apples completely trimmed and my plums now pitted, just gonna pull that pit out. These plums are nice and ripe and quartered. Again, skin on the plums. Everything can go into the slow cooker. Now I've set my Cuisinart slow cooker to high and I'll run it for about 30 minutes. Into that, to get it started, a cup of water. And I have a cup of brown sugar. Some butter. The butter will give it some nice richness. And I'll toss in a couple cinnamon sticks. To kick up these latkes a little bit, I'm gonna use a little used product called Celeriac. It's really simple to use, especially when you're just grating it. Simple, slice in half and quarter it, taking both the root and the tip off. The thing I love about Celeriac is it's so fragrant. Then with a flat bottom, I can just gently run the knife right around the root, taking off the, I'm telling you, I wish you could smell this. The smell coming off this, it's incredible and it's so distinct and unique. Then with the box grater, I'm just gonna take and shred. And a little celeriac goes a long way. Look at that beautiful, beautiful white flesh. It's something that once you use, I'm sure you'll use it again and again. The same can be done with the potatoes. Now these potatoes I shredded just before. You can see they're starting to turn color. If you keep them submerged in water, it'll prevent them from turning too much. What you do is lift it up and just give them a really good squeeze and then drop them in. You don't want it to be too wet because when you start frying these, you want them to be as dry as possible. It is nice though to soak them in the water because they get nice and plump and it makes a real difference to the texture of the latke. If you have any trouble getting the water out of the potatoes, you can lay it on a dish towel, roll it up and wring it out, and that way it gets them really dry too. Now, I've got some finely sliced onion. I love fried onion, so I'm adding some onion. And then we're gonna add that celeriac. Look at that gorgeous celeriac. And then one thing I always add is fresh thyme. I've got some beautiful fresh thyme. I'll just strip off the leaves. I'm not worried about even some of these nice tender branches getting in there. They're so fragrant. And the thing is, this combination of root veg is just unmistakably incredible. So in with 4 eggs. The eggs really bind it together. You can actually make this without the eggs as well if you'd rather not. The starch in the potatoes binds it together and you'll get beautiful little pancakes. So just a quick whip. And quick seasoning of both my mixture and the eggs before I put it in. Some fresh ground black pepper and some nice flaked sea salt. I'll bring this together. And just before I massage that on into nice little patties, I'm gonna add a nice coating of butter. You can shallow fry latkes, but in this case, this is frankly a little bit healthier. We're gonna use less fat. Any of the excess fat will drain off the back of the griddler. And if I wanted to, I could even use both sides and make myself a perfect little pancake. These latkes are like personal size. I also like to make them large and then cut them into quarters. So I've used the green pan and I've got butter in the bottom, and this one I'm gonna make a big latke. Pressing it into the bottom of the pan, pushing that beautiful fat out to the sides, just like that. It's nice if it looks just slightly irregular, and then some extra fresh thyme on top of that. Look at that. And you know what? I'll hit that with just a little bit more pepper. And the same with the ones on the grill. Making sure to season as I go. Bit more salt. Potatoes can soak up a lot of salt. And I'll get this one back on the stove. With my apple plum sauce reducing nicely, these latkes are ready to turn. And look at that beautiful golden color. The smell, the iron and the butter it's hitting that celeriac and the thyme and bringing it to life. It looks amazing. Let's have a look at this green pan. This is why I like these. Look at how that's moving inside the pan. Absolutely no resistance, and I can toss it easily and get really great results. Back on the oven. Your own homemade apple plum sauce in just about 30 minutes. It's absolutely incredible. The fragrance is filling my kitchen. Now, back to the latkes. I just want to drain them on paper for just a minute to pick up any of that excess oil. Nothing more unpleasant than that really heavy oil flavor. That's really why we use the plum sauce, because it cuts that up a little bit and balances out. Now let's have a look at our big boy back here. Look at how that finished, how easily it comes out of the pan. What I like to do is just take that, slice and turn, and slice. You can take those wedges, then go out to the table like that. Oh, these are so fragrant. And then these are great because you can literally pick them up. They're like little beautiful potato pancakes. 2, 3, look at that. Oh. Key is to make sure to let them drain. I'm serving them right now hot. They're really perfect hot. I have to try some of this applesauce. I know it's going to be warm. Oh, the plum and the apple, that little bit of sugar, the cinnamon. Let me just get a bite of this. Try it with that apple. You can double dip in your own kitchen. That celeriac is beautiful. You won't regret making this at home.